I've always been a huge fan of Beyblades, at least the Mega Saga one with Jenga and the rest. So imagine my shock when in late 2023, all of a sudden Beyblades were trending all over X for like over a week. I was absolutely stunned. I did not know how to act because for years I've loved the Mega Saga, but always felt it was too niche to start chatting up. But then calling me surprise, I found my people, got it all over it, that we kept it trending for a whole week. So today, I just want to gush about the series. Not just make the simple and obvious, oh my god, look, this crazy moment, he summoned the gate out of hell and did the main expansion, which is cool by the way, but generally talk about the series. Like sir, Beyblade isn't like the deepest psychological series of masterminds, and a lot of matches do kinda calm down or break down to blade of spirit, friends, power, and believing in yourself, but outside that, there are still many mini arcs, character progression, and story progression that are actually pretty lit. First of all, can we give credit to how concise Beyblade Story is? Especially the first season of Metal Fusion. Think back to series like early Pokemon or even Digimon. They had stories, but outside like the first two episodes, they had a lot of, let's say, yada yada that didn't progress the story, or characters in like any way, and in a sense can serve as filler. In the first 10 episodes of Pokemon, Ash got or met like 3 different people who act as rivals that he promised to meet up with later who never showed up again. Remember that guy who made his sand suit don't get too water and then whipped him when he got out? Yeah, well, he never showed up again. Big surprise. And outside of like gym battles and few mini arcs, plot progressing kinda just felt like need to go to the gym city. And side quest, here we are. And then repeat several times until we reach the tournament where, for one reason or another, Ash is losing before the finals. Until recently, shout out to Ash for actually finally winning not just one tournament but 2. The only show I say that had tight story progression is the original YuGiOh. Season 0 didn't have the card game as its main focus, so it includes a lot of, I won't say filler, but a lot of other stuff doesn't matter. But thankfully the Season 1 that we know fixed that and then jumpstart the plot from episode 1 to episode 2 and so on. So that has like really tight story progression. Beyblade's Metal Fusion does a pretty good job of causing plot progression as well that doesn't feel like they're just filler stuff in there. And it starts with the classic traveling hill coming in, saving some weakling, which then leads to a fight with a gang leader, Kyoya, which then leads to Kyoya being scouted by basically the equal organization for the series Nebula, and being taken in for training, which gives time for the cast to get a little bit of training in to cool off to save for the drama, which was a great opportunity for the weekly Kenta to finally get his special move and grow and train, because he got training off with Benkei, which then led to Benkei being kicked out of his gang and then later attacked by Kyoya when he returns, which led to a rematch between Jenga and Kyoya, which led to the title raid and then Jenga vs YuGiOh round 1, and so on and so forth. It just had like really solid story progression that surprised me when I rewatched the series like a year or 2 ago. The huge build up to the Battle Blades tournament, the midpoint twist will keep you on your feet, while Mad Masters didn't exactly have the same steady story progression since the entire series was just a giant world tour tournament. The ending part was still extremely hype, and Metal Fusion may be my least favorite part, but it still had many great highlights for character arcs, battles, arcs, and the finale still gets me to this day. And now on to the characters. First off, Jenga is a very serviceable main character. I feel like him as a Dragon Force as the main character was the strongest in Metal Fusion. As a Mad Master, I would say he took more of a backseat as a character to let the others grow outside his epic rival fights with Kyoya and the interaction he had with YuGiOh. And maybe I need to rewatch Men of Fury again, but I felt like Jenga was the most stagnant as he just kinda followed the plot around, didn't have any really interesting character narrative moments and such. I wish they kept some of his vagabondish traits he had in the future seasons, but overall I'll consider Jenga to be among my tables my favorites. For Kyoya, I feel like Kyoya is an ever-important pillar to the series. Not only is he himself an interesting character with many intriguing arcs and such, just as when he was thrown down a mountain to be forced to train up by the evil organization and such, but he's really important as he keeps Jenga interesting, as their intense rivalry lit a fire under both characters and made them push themselves past the limits and gave us interaction that we won't usually see between both those characters. From the very intense fight in Meta Masters to having one of the best one-on-one battles against YuGiOh in Meta Fusing. And then, like I said, in Meta Masters, when he wanted to fight Jenga so hard, he went to another country to join their team. But like, he literally participated in Japan's qualifying round, got basically first place, and said, yeah, no, I don't want this spot. I'm gonna go to another country just so I can fight Jenga. And finally in Meta Fury, we had to take a hard lesson from YuGiOh about making the power given to him his own, instead of being controlled by it. Which is symbolic in so many ways, considering how that's an arc that YuGiOh himself had to go through. Which, speaking of who, YuGiOh, the definition of Black Air Force energy. I don't even need to speak on him. There's like thousands of videos and tweets about him alone, gassing him up, but know that there's a reason why he's the one everyone's always gassing up in the series. He is insane, and he definitely have aura in the series. Like, whenever he shows up, you know it's gonna be a good episode because he does not play around. And then there's the many other minor stories of minor characters that are still great. Julius, as far as the Great King, Darshan get back after being shorted in the tournament, Masamune and Zero's backstory, the Garcia team, Tsubasa dealing with his dark impulses, the Tail arc that was Reggie. Seriously, that guy was insane. When I finally watched Meta Fusion properly, he was among a favorite antagonist of mine just from what he does. There's just so much to enjoy that I doubt you could just walk away from the series without a handful of favorites. On top of that, that soundtrack is killer. One of my favorites is the one that played for Masamune, is 100% favorite when he fought against Chio's son. Outside of that, I never really got into Shogun Steel, but it's supposed to be like a sequel to the original manga saga. But honestly, I don't really care. I watched like a first couple of episodes of it, but I just never got into it. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I might give it a try again, but it's very meh. I don't know. You guys let me know if I'm missing anything. I feel like I'm not. But so far, just these 3 seasons all I need. The manga was an alright read as well. I mean, overall I prefer the anime, but there was a couple of wild scenes in the manga that I love, like YuGiOh's insane trash talk, and their later digestible relationship was fun as well. Though there are a couple of slights at how we got the manga. Maybe just my bias as an anime fan, since, you know, there's many arcs that these characters went through, and in the manga, since it's a lot of sort of story, some of these characters don't get this, some characters get, you know, majorly changed or position difference. So as a fan, that kind of irks me a bit, if you get what I mean, but what can you do? But I still say if you're actually a big fan of Beyblade, you should be that one as well. 100%, I do want to do videos covering all these things one day. And I hope this video got you interested in Mega Saga as well. Remember, it goes from Beyblades, Metal Fusion, Metal Masters, and finally ends up in Metal Fury. But for now, that's all I got to say. Thanks, Beyblades. I'll always be hooked on you. Before I go, let me just a little bit. I am making my own comic manga. There's a trailer for it on my channel. But I'll say now, if you love heroes and villain relationships being the main dynamic of the story, this will be your thing. Relentlessly Bullied Hero #1 on Kickstarter now. Go check it out. It's been inspired by media like One Punch Man, My Hero Academia, and other American comics like Justice League Unlimited. Alright, that's it for me. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and tell me what your thoughts are, and favorite moment from the Mega Saga was. I'll see you next time. I gotta go make some other good content for you, like that awful one from My Hero Academia video, I promise. Cause that's what heroes do. See ya.